All right, can you raise your right hand? Everything you're gonna tell me is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. Please raise your right hand so I may swear you in. Under penalty of perjury, do you swear or affirm the statement you are to provide regarding this administrative investigation will be truthful?
I swear.
Okay, I want you to speak a little louder as well, okay? You swear?
I swear.
Okay. This, you can put your hand down. You're here because of a situation that happened when?
This was on Sunday afternoon. Ballpark time was probably approximately noon to 1 o'clock.
About noon to 1 o'clock on last Sunday. So, tell me what happened.
Sure. So I was parked on the beach with my PWC, personal watercraft vessel, and I was hanging out next to my friends. They were skimboarding, talking to them, and I saw Manalapan PD Officer George walk over to my vessel, and he was using his radio frequent near my vessel, clearly looking for the vessel owner or looking for me. So I walked over to him, and he walks up and he says, "Hello, are you a citizen?" And my response back to Officer George was, "Yes, but I don't have to answer that question. Are you a citizen?" And then Officer George proceeded to let me know that I shouldn't ask law enforcement officers if they are a citizen.
Okay, on September 18, 2022, did you make contact with a white male located on Manalapan Beach in reference to a jet ski?
Yes.
Why did you make contact?
The jet ski was there in front of a bunch of swimmers. I thought it was abandoned, so I did not know. I didn't see anyone near it. I saw a family of 4, 2 children, mother and father, and I just asked if it was their jet ski, but they said no. And I just wanted to know where the jet ski owner was and if they were close to the vessel or if it was abandoned. So I put over the radio saying that it was abandoned and till I could find the contact or make contact with the owner.
Okay. So you put over the radio and then what happened?
So I went looking around, for the, one person said it could be that male. So I went over there to go and make contact with them. So as I went over there to make contact with them, he had some type of stance that he's about to fight me, but...
Did you ever get on the radio and ask for backup?
No, because he did not come off as a threatening way.
Immunity from giving a compelled administrative statement does not extend to perjury or untruthfulness, and as such, may subject you to both criminal prosecution as a felony under Florida State Statute 83702, perjury in an official proceeding.
I said something to get him off track. So what I said to him, was, "Hey, are you a citizen?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then, so that his buddies also got distracted by the statement I said as well. So my concern was officer safety, that I did not want them to ambush me. So, because it's had prior situations that on the beach that if I'm not watching what's going on, someone could ambush me, or I've had people try to throw stuff while I'm operating an ATV. So I said something like that, which I didn't think was offensive or anything like that in any shape or manner. And just so I could get him off his toes, because it's not something you would act, so this way. But then I asked him, "Hey, can you, my name is Officer George, can you, I just want to talk to you for a bit, consensual." But the thing is that I didn't want, my back was against the wall. So the thing was that...
I'm lost. You say your back was against a wall. What wall is on the beach?
That with what is it? That wall, it's not really a wall, but there were less people on that side.
So I'm not understanding. So your back was against the wall.
No.
Are you mean literally back? Your back was against the wall? Is it a figure of speech?
It's figure of speech.
Okay, so you felt your back was against the wall because of what?
Because there was less swimmers or less people on that. The kids always hang out on top by the pump house.
And that was a very belittling conversation to start to begin with.
What happened after you explained stuff to him?
He wanted to know the state statute, and I said to him, "I don't know the state statute out of my head, but if you could Google it." So I tried to explain to him, it's a safety.
And I just want to make sure was there anyone on the jet ski at the time?
No.
Did you see the jet ski, someone on the jet ski actually operating the jet ski in the water close to swimmers?
Yes.
You observed that?
When he got on and left, yes.
I'm saying, okay, prior,
No.
you got on the beach, did you observe him on the jet ski close to swimmers, operating that jet ski close to the swimmers?
No, not operating it. The jet ski was
Did
there.
you observe him in a reckless manner on that jet ski close to swimmers?
After he left. Not in a reckless manner, but he was safe, he was getting out.
My question is this. At any time, had you saw him operating that vessel in a reckless manner prior to you seeing that jet ski on the beach?
No.
Okay.
He brought up the immigration issue. He said, hey, we've had a lot of issues with abandoned boats and immigration all along the beach here. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. I said, yes, I am aware of it. He said, so for that reason, you can't have your vessel parked here. He mentioned the words FWC, Homeland Security, and U.S. Coast Guard, of it being a them issue and not really a Manalapan issue, and that was even more concerning of why is Manalapan enforcing something that's more of a immigration issue if this is truly an immigration situation. From that note, I remember bringing up the issue of safety versus a law. So he said, well, you can't be here because people are swimming here. And I was like, well, is there an ordinance? Is there a statute? Is there anything regarding this whatsoever that I can see? You know, whether you give me a statute number, whether you look it up, whether you radio an officer, whether you pull your laptop out, whether you find something somewhere in order to inform me as a citizen. If I'm not aware of the law, I'd like to be aware of the law. And his response to that was, you can Google it on your own time.
During the time of contact, was your BWC activated?
No, because I wanted to have it as consensual. I didn't think it would need to be activated because it was consensual. I didn't mean. I was just
Okay.
telling
Do you understand that once you're quoting law and you're telling someone it's a state statute and they pretty much can get in trouble for it, do you understand once you're speaking of an incident you've called it on the radio, and again it's no longer a consensual encounter, and per policy that BWC was supposed to be on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Also, where was your BWC at the time of contact? Because the complainant advised that you didn't even have it on your person, that he looked and saw
and BWC was charging.
it was charging.
Yeah. It was in the car charging.
Okay. Prior to patrol, did you check your BWC?
Yeah. I do a check.
Okay. And did you advise that it wasn't working? It wasn't charged?
No, it was charged when I started shift. But as the shift goes on, it depletes battery. So
What time did you start shift?
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning. What time did this call come up? What time did you make contact with him?
At 12. Like
Okay.
around 12:40.
So you're informing me currently that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, within 5 hours of your shift, that your BWC battery just goes dead.
Yeah.
Have you informed anyone that 5 hours in your shift that your BWC battery goes dead?
Yeah, I told Larry before. Yeah, because he told me you have to shut it off, restart it, and I
Do
charged
you have documentation of that?
No.
Okay. Is there an ordinance in the town saying that any personal watercrafts cannot be in that fashion of how you found that jet ski?
No, there's no ordinance of that.
But you're telling me there's a state law
State
stating
statute.
that they,
Yeah,
state
statute.
law, state law, state statute, state law,
Yeah,
saying that they cannot, that it's actually against the law to have your watercraft on the sand.
yeah.
And you're telling me it's 327-4109.
Yeah. But afterwards, after I talked to my sergeant, he's saying no, and it was misinterpreted differently.
He did say, "You can Google it," was his exact verbs. I remember that like it was yesterday, because that was probably the most harsh point of the interaction. I asked an exact question of, is there a Manalapan ordinance? Is there a Florida statute? Is there something that I'm missing here? Is there a Palm Beach County? Did something change? And his response to me was, "You can Google it on your own time."
Did you ever tell him just Google the state statute?
Yeah.
Okay, but during the time of contact, you couldn't provide him with it?
Yeah, at that time.
Okay. But you were quoting that law to him, but you couldn't provide him
I couldn't give him the exact
the
thing.
full information
Yeah.
of it?
But I knew on top of my head that what it was. So I didn't want to give him the wrong information. So I said to him, if you could Google it, which I do. I Google things, and I didn't think that was, offensive or anything. So I just figured, if I don't know something, I Google it. I YouTube it, or I figure it out.
Is it a common practice of you to, when you don't know law, you Google it? You just Google?
Yeah, I was going to see.
Okay, are you aware that there's a Florida state statute book that you need to go to and you should be going to?
No, that's what I use. I use Google as a search engine to get to that site.
Okay, per Empower DMS, you have a Florida state statutes
Yeah.
that's published by PBSO. Anything that's on the internet is not factual.
No, that's what I meant.
So a better resource would be what?
Just to use Florida state statute.
Versus what? Versus what?
Google.
Thank you.
Yes, but
If I tell somebody to Google something, I'm telling them I don't want to deal with it. It's not my problem. Figure it out on your own time. In other words, kick rocks. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to enforce said law that didn't exist, unfortunately.
Okay, did you ever ask him if he was a citizen?
yeah.
And exactly why did you ask him, was he a citizen?
The reason why I asked him was that it's something that no one would ever say, but a lot of people ask, what's your nationality, what is your background? If people think that's offensive, then, I didn't think, if people are, so I just figured it wasn't offensive. But it's something you won't ask someone, but it's able to get you off your feet, to make you think, so that, meaning that he won't be able to predetermine or, have something aligned. So it's to get him off his feet.
So is that a question you ask on a regular basis when you make contact with individuals?
No, because of the voting of that situation, because in the past that we had prior situations of people coming on,
I don't understand.
because we have people coming in from boats and stuff, so that's the only reason why I just, because I know it won't be a common thing, but if that person.
You said people coming on boats and stuff, you gotta flat out.
Meaning something to do with, how do I say it? That we had like situations that people coming as illegal immigrants coming onto a boat and coming in. So the thing is that it's from that situation, that's the only reason why I brought that up, to get him off his feet.
Did you ever tell him he should never ask an officer if they're a citizen?
No, the way I said it is that you shouldn't ask someone that an officer, because most police officers have to be U.S. citizens. So that's why I explained that to him.
You explained that to him. Okay. So you never told him you shouldn't ask police officers if there are citizens?
No, I told him that you should never encounter the way. I don't know how to explain it. I did say something similar to that, yes.
What did you say? Do you remember exactly? Do you recall what you said?
I said that you shouldn't ask a police officer or anyone in government. I forget. The way I said it was I said something similar to that type of way.
Okay.
I asked the question directly to Chief. I said, can I park my vessel on can I park my PWC on Manalapan Beach? And his answer to me was, yes, anywhere in Manalapan you are allowed to park your vessel. Longer phone call, just be more respectful in general. I feel like this whole complaint process could have simply been avoided.